Hello everybody and welcome to Sunkissed Reactions. My name is Courtney. My Hero Academia is back with episode 13. Last time we left off, we had a very Merry Christmas and a trick or treat, and for better or for worse, I don't really know what was happening there with with Aerie. We had some Easter eggs as well. We also had the very beginning, we had, I think that was Shigaraki, like crumbling this city, Deka City, I think is what it was called, yeah. And so I'm not sure exactly what's happening there. I'm excited to see more about that. But then we had the after credit scene where Shoto was telling Bakugo and Deku to come join him at his agency, at Endeavor's agency, to do the work study. So I'm assuming that's what we're going to get into now because the title of this episode is Off to Endeavor's Agency. So let's get off in there. Let's go to Endeavor's agency. I'm excited. Kyushu. Is that Dabi?
I get that plans change. I would have liked to have dealt with things a little more efficiently.
You're talking too much. You can't trace this call.
Give me a break. You gotta have more faith in me than that.
Oh my god! Ox is on the phone!
The profession of hero needs to be done away with.
No way you can cast me aside, because you know how much I'm worth to you. For now, keep playing the fool. It's in your interest to make good use of me. Knew it.
I'll have you show your loyalty, not just to the League of Villains, but the entire anti-establishment cause. Make it someone other than the number one hero this time.
It'd be smart to send everything in code from now on. I'll pinpoint the location of the Nomus as soon as I can. That's all. I'm off.
It's unusual for you to come visit me.
Best Genus.
How are you
Hey.
holding up these days?
Much better, thanks. And I lost alone in that battle.
Ooh.
What about your hero work?
I plan to return to the public eye soon. There are many eager for me to
Look at I want one of those.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What was he
This
about to
doesn't feel
do?
right. It's past our meeting time and I still can't get a hold of him. Did something happen? Did I do something wrong? This change in behavior is unnerving. I don't like it. And I can't start doubting my resolve on the last day of the year.
New Year's Eve live broadcast.
New Year's Eve. I thought it might be out of the question for us to go home since we moved to the dorms. But thanks to escorts from Pro Heroes, we were able to spend the night celebrating with the people we cared about.
Aw.
Just like that, a new year began.
You have everything? Promise me you'll take care of yourself.
Yep.
What's up? I'm back.
Oh, I didn't
Hey, we did see him again.
Yeah, sorry.
Slide and go.
You can't keep coming and going as you like. You should get permission for whatever you do. Don't forget, I outrank you here, Ox. Got it?
Sir.
Be in a position to obtain classified information from influential heroes.
Well, sort of.
Current locations, call records, real-time feeds of conversations. Hawks provides these. To the countless micro-devices installed in his wings, we'll expose everything about the heroes.
Welcome to the Endeavor Agency. I can't believe I have to train you.
I've been thinking since supplementary lessons. You're a jerk.
Son, are you really friends with this delinquent?
We appreciate you allowing us to do our work studies with you, sir. Flame Hero, Endeavor, currently the top pro.
Yeah, what does he think of Midoriya?
Make him stand out.
If you can visualize the locking and unlocking properly, I don't think you need to worry about it getting out of control again.
Right. best to learn from you, sir. It's an honor to work with the #1 hero.
Sorry about this, but I only intend to look after my son. If you want to learn, then stand back and watch.
What is happening?
Receive the divine revelation from the universe. Run! Flee this place, citizens. The corners of Pluto's mouth twist with loneliness.
Who is this?
Well, dang. This is crappy timing.
He ordered us to hold back.
We can't watch if we don't follow him.
True.
Endeavor started running before the sound of the impact.
Being aware.
The universe has whispered into my brain. This land will soon be devoured by darkness.
What is his power? Yeah.
Around here to help us, citizens. For it is I who must act and destroy the source of this darkness.
Enlightened fallen king?
Come forth, shout yourself, messenger of Pluto. Splash fire. Why create such chaos? Endeavor, handle evacuation. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, Hawks too, huh?
What's this? Got yourself some followers. I was just a little faster than you. I thought Endeavor might need a bit of help out here.
Does it look like I was in trouble?
I mean, kinda.
I said to warn me before showing up.
Didn't have time. I was already in the air.
Let go! If you don't release me to my duties, all is lost! The fire he gives off blinds you! He will be the demise of our world! Well, what is it you want, Hawks?
Oh, nothing much. You happen to have read this book?
Meta liberation?
Yeah, we heard about that in the last season, right?
It's gotten really popular recently. Like this passage. If you grant freedom to a limited number of people, then the burdens of the world will go to the others. I highlighted some parts if you don't have time to plow through the whole thing. I suggest you read those. What he wanted was a society upheld by personal responsibility. Trendy idea lately.
And your point is?
If that comes to fruition, we'll have too much time on our hands. I'm probably being watched. Please, understand my message, #1.
That look on his face. What does it mean?
Make sure you read through it, okay? You watch. By the time I'm through, there will be a groundwork for the liberation ideology. You should at least look over the highlighted lines. Read them closely. I recommend the second part. Do your best with the word studies, all 4 of you.
Welcome to the Endeavor Agency.
Call us the Flaming Sidekickers!
Oh, whoa. It's the famous sidekick Burning.
Then Shoto, you won't get special treatment because you're the boss's kid.
Just try to keep up with us if you can.
There's so much going on.
It is the #1 agency. Never a dull moment around these parts. Over 100 different requests filter through this office on any given day.
Then why are we just standing around here when we could be working?
You got a fiery spirit, but wait for Endeavor's orders, okay?
You said there were over 100 requests, right? Send us out somewhere!
John, please, it's our first day.
Why did he sound so different? It's like he was completely negating everything from before. He wasn't joking around at all.
Yeah.
It didn't even sound like him. There's something he can't say, so he's trying to get information across another way. The second part. That's it. The second word from each highlighted part.
Oh, the enemy is the liberation.
With the number of heroes secretly joining the Liberation Front, the Commission won't want anything I've discovered to be made public.
They number
Damn.
Inform us. We need to be prepared. Because that's when they strike.
It's not a very long time. Okay. That was episode 13 of My Hero Academia. There was a lot in this episode, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm confused a little bit. I'm gonna have to, it's been a while since I've seen the end of season 3 where they talked about the Liberation, that book. So I'm gonna have to go back, and I remember a long time ago, like in like maybe even the first season, where, or maybe it was when we met All For One. When did we meet All For One? Was that in the first season? I don't think so, right? That was in the second season at least. I can't remember what season it was and who it was, but the League of Villains is not the actual name of that organization. That's just like it's just a front name. It's not their actual name, so that if things go wrong and they get blamed for things, well, they're actually under a different name. So I'm confused a little bit again, like I said, or maybe you guys can tell me what I've missed if I can't go back and watch, or maybe what episodes do I need to go back and watch to fully understand what's happening and what this Liberation Army is. Is that what the actual League of Villains is? And they said though too that they had, their numbers were over 100,000. The enemy is the Liberation Army. They number over 100,000 members, 4 months until they go into action. So is that, did he say that heroes were also getting involved? Is it heroes are getting involved and they don't know what they're getting involved in? Or did I hear that wrong? And they talked about, again, this is like the second or third time they've brought up this Meta Liberation War book. And this guy named Destro says that he wants a society built by personal responsibility. I mean, that sounds nice. That's what it should be, I guess, right? Society built by personal responsibility. Built by personal responsibility. I don't really, I mean, it sounds nice. It sounds like just take responsibility of your actions, I guess. I don't really know. Does he also just think heroes don't need to be around to help keep the city safe? I don't know. I'm very much assuming, it's either I'm forgetting things that have happened already, or they haven't even begun to really explain what all of that means in this movement. But the episode started off with Hawks and Dobby talking on the phone, and Dobby is not 100% convinced that Hawks is on their side. So he's going to have him prove his loyalty, I guess. And he said, don't make it the #1 hero this time. And so then we saw Hawks go to Best Jeanist, and he looked like he had drawn like one of his feathers as like a blade, like a sword maybe, or a knife. So I don't really know if he did anything to Best Jeanist. I would hope not, but, and if he did, maybe he talked with Best Jeanist and was like, listen, this is what's going on. I need you to help me out here. because I would hate for him to actually physically do something to Best Jeanist with, without Best Jeanist even knowing what's coming. So I don't know what's happening there. I don't think that Hawks is a bad guy. I just think he's, playing the League of Villains. But I don't know. We didn't get to see the end of that conversation, obviously, and it never went back to Best Jeanist where we saw him like lying on the floor or something, or we didn't hear any sirens or anything picking him up for the hospital. I don't know, whatever. I thought it was also kind of cool that because when Hawks was, after he had gotten off the phone with Dobby and he was talking to the commission, it didn't look like he was on the phone. And I'm like, who's he talking to? Is he remembering this conversation? But then they said that he has countless micro devices in his wings. So I'm assuming that they're a combination probably of listening devices, and they might just all be listening devices. It might not be a two-way street with that. Because I don't remember if they were also talking to him. I'd have to go back and look, but yeah. And then we have something with this Star Servant, this guy that, I don't know, looked like some crazy wizard that was taking the glass out of cars and buildings and using them as bubbles or glass bulbs, or he was flying with them. I didn't quite understand what was happening there. And whatchamacallit, the subtitles said just Star Servant, and then somebody said, oh, that's a servant of Star or Star something. So I'm not sure who that is, what that is. Is that the name of the League of Villains? Star whatever? I don't know. I think they said that this guy, I don't know if Enlightened Fallen King was his name, or if that was some kind of a move he was doing. He had some little sidekicks as well that were trying to trip up Endeavor, but I think he just melted through the thing, and then that's when Hawks kicked in and then pushed the kids out of the way. And he said something about being a messenger of Pluto. Did I hear that right? I'm not sure I heard that right. Man, I feel like I need to go back and watch this episode because there was a lot of things happening in a lot of different places, and I was very confused. But he said, Endeavor, that flame guy, Endeavor, he will blind you. And I don't know if they mean that physically, metaphorically, blind you because of his fire, because it's gonna melt your eyeballs, or blind you because he's the number one hero and now you're gonna follow this guy and you're gonna follow him blindly and you're not gonna be able to see what's happening around. I don't know what's happening. It's officially the second half of the season. We got a new intro, and I liked it. I liked the song. I thought it was better than the last one. So far, half of it's in English, so that's kind of cool. I like the visuals. We also got a new outro as well that kind of it showed a little bitty Hawks, and he picked up his little Endeavor doll that we know that he grew up kind of, I don't know if he idolized Endeavor, but he looked up to Endeavor like others looked up to All Might. But yeah, we had a little bit of a look at Endeavor's agency. We had Bakugo, Deku, Shoto join the agency. Did find out as well that what's the Dark Shadow? Tokiyami that he is at Hawk's agency, but Hawks has all this commission double agent stuff going on, so he pawned him off with his sidekick, is what he said. His sidekicks is what he said. So yeah, I'm super, super excited about this second half of the season. So far, it seems to be what I thought it would be, which would be the Endeavor Agency as well as dealing with this whole League of Villains thing. But yeah, we'll see. We've got within this commission too, we've got some pro heroes. We've got that Slide and Go pro hero who actually outranks Hawks in that whatever it is that they are. And then the subtitle, did we ever see his face? The guy dressed in black talking, whatever he was talking about. Jeez, I did not retain half of what happened in this, episode. There's so much going on. But I didn't write down what the subtitle said his name was, and I don't think that they ever said it, so I'm sure we'll get it eventually. We've got some interesting looking, I don't know if they're heroes, I don't know if they're villains, but some interesting looking people. This guy looks like Count Dracula, which I think we saw in a previous episode, maybe the last one. Anyway, I don't know. I'm excited though. I'm excited to get into like the real meat of the story. I like training and I like stuff like that, to see powers, and I like to see the students working together and stuff like that. But I think my favorite parts of My Hero are when they get into the stuff with the League of Villains and how are we going to deal with that. And I always enjoy the villains on this show. They're always very interesting and very fun. So I'm excited about what's coming, and I hope you guys are as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with me. If you want to see more, if you want to see the full uncut and early reactions, you can get up to 4 weeks early on my Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/sunkissedreactions. The link is down in the description below. If you can't do that, that's okay. Just please like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye.